everybody, it's Nana here with a story. It's called The Smallest Horse, and it's by Lorie and Amanda Holbo. At first glance, you might think Trixie is a pony. She's very small after all. Isn't she beautiful? Well, she's a pony. Let's find out. She is, for example, much smaller than the big horse, Huey, with his very long legs. She would probably walk right under his belly, and he wouldn't even notice. But even smaller than Indy and Valentine, and they are actually ponies. But Trixie is not a pony. She is a very, very small, miniature horse. Now, at the farm, we have some miniature horses, and in fact, Nana sits with one of them a lot. We have so much to say to one another. Trixie never said it out loud, but sometimes she wished she wasn't so small. The other horses all have very important jobs that only big horses can do. Huey is often out rounding up missing cattle at the ranch. When Trixie tried to help, she got lost in the tall grass, and Huey had to come and round her up. She's a horse. Just like Cash at the farm, he's a horse, a gypsy. Indy is both sure-footed and brave, and the other horses trust her to keep them safe on the trails. Trixie tried to show the other horses she was brave too, but the creek was too far for her to cross. Look, she's trying so hard, but she just couldn't do it. Yeah, anyway. Augie is always bringing home brightly colored ribbons from horse shows. Trixie studied his fancy moves, but they didn't look the same. Kind of like people, huh? Some of us are tall, some of us are short, some of us have gray hair, or red hair, or brown hair, yellow hair. So see, we all can be different, but still be the same. Crystal is the fastest horse on the ranch, and Trixie thought if she were faster, perhaps she could have an important job. Trixie practiced being fast every day, but she could never keep up with Crystal. Even little Valentine has a very important job teaching the youngest children how to ride. Trixie tried to look big and strong, but nobody put a saddle on her. The biggest horse tried to cheer Trixie up by reminding her of all the things she liked about being such a small horse. Indy said, "But you're the perfect size for the little children who want to braid flowers and ribbons in a horse's mane and tail." Trixie had to admit she liked that a lot, and look how pretty she looked. Do you think one day I should try that? Cash or Gypsy? Might have a chance with Cash. We'll see someday. Crystal said, whenever you want to take a nap, it's a snap for you to find a warm spot and curl up in the sun. I can barely fold up my legs, and then I land on the ground with a big thump whenever I want to lie down. Look how easy it was for Trixie, huh? And Huey reminded Trixie that she always won whenever horses play hide and seek. He said there are lots of great hiding places for a small, clever horse, but not very many for a big horse. I like that all the horses see the good in Trixie too, and are reminding her. Trixie knew the horses meant well by playing games and taking naps just weren't the same as having an important job. No, she did not think that being small was very nice at all. She's sad. A pretty horse, huh? afternoon, Trixie was munching on her favorite blackberry bush when a young girl and her mom arrived at the ranch. The girl's mom explained to Chrissy, the ranch manager, that her daughter had been sad since her best friend moved away. She said, Sarah loves horses, and I'm hoping they might cheer her up. I gotta tell you, they always cheer me up, and they make me feel warm inside and happy. Chrissy said, I'm sure we can help with that. She took Sarah's hand and led her over to the big horses. The big horses all trotted up to the fence to check out the new people. Trixie shook her head to get her thick mane out of her eyes so that she could see the little girl. Here's the little girl and her mama. Oh, and look how pretty Trixie's trying to look. I think she succeeded. The little girl looked up at Huey's long nose and then down at his very large hooves. She took several steps back. Huey reached out with his nose. He just wanted to say hello. But the girl shrank back. You're so big, she whispered. I wonder who's not too big. Can you think of who's not too big? Chrissy smiled and said, I know just who you need to meet. Can you figure it out? I bet you can. Trixie watched as the two of them walked toward her, unlatched the gate, and stepped into her pasture. Chrissy said, this is Trixie. She is so kind and considerate, and she always helps me feel better when I'm sad. Let's see if she can help you too. As Christy and the little girl walked softly toward Trixie, did her best to look very small. Now she's trying to look really small. She knew that the little girl needed a small horse. Trixie stretched out her neck until the whiskers on her muzzle just barely touched the girl. She nickered a soft, hello. Hello, she said. The big horse watched the little girl with the sad eyes slowly smiled at the horse. That was exactly her size. I'm so happy. Are you? This story makes me happy. Trixie's ears flipped forward and she gave her tail a shake, and she realized that she actually has a very important job at the ranch. Being the smallest horse helps her do it even better. And you know what? Trixie is a real horse. See? There's the big horsies. Right, and here is Trixie. I really like the story. And I'm really glad that I got it. And I got to read it with you first. I hope you have a good day. Nana signing off, and she'll be back with another story real soon.